she's just taking a nap. Right, kiddo? You're just taking a nap? Mom wants you. Factor's gonna patiently wait for his. Yes, you are, buddy. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. It is the last day of our winter 2026 blizzard. Snowpocalypse, Snowmageddon. This is not cool. This is just not cool. All right. God, this sucks. Unfortunately, the other 3 cows are gonna have to stand right there. I'm not even 100% sure who it is. All right, BRB. All right, so we got 50 in. Of course, when I lock her up, she doesn't necessarily look like she's really doing anything. Right now, it's actually not really snowing. It's just windy. It's like steady 25, 30 mile an hour winds. Our biggest issue right now is stuff is drifted, and I haven't gone and figured out how well the lane is from the time I spent yesterday. Calves are doing okay. They're all frosted backed. You know, everybody's got some snow on their backs, which is still a good sign. They're not running around like a bunch of idiots today like they were yesterday morning. Hopefully the lane's not too bad, but I still probably have at least a good 2 hours of cleanup ahead of me, especially right in front of the house. This is actually the worst. All right, been watching 50 for like 2 hours and she hadn't really done anything. Of course, you know, then you always start thinking like, oh, she having problems. And it's like, well, she hasn't even like started to work yet. And then literally in the last 20 minutes, she started to get at it. And yeah, she had it within 30 minutes. So unfortunately, what I told Dad is we're going to have to let those 2 in the back out because we don't have any room. We need space. We can't make these couple of pens any smaller and still fit them in. But 50, and I'll get her some bedding and this little guy some bedding in a little bit. But she had a really nice solid red bull calf. So chalk another one up for Factor. And I knew that 50 was hetero black because I believe 50 should be an in due time out of High Stakes, and High Stakes was a really nice. He was a Calvingese bull, but had very, very good maternal. Yeah, she is a in due time out of High Stakes. I was pretty confident on that. Something I'm not looking forward to right now is I need to start plowing snow and cleaning up the remainder of the mess, and the mess that was made last night. All right, let's put the bucket back on. Should have put it on last night, but that's all right. I was able to do a little bit of it from what I did last night where there isn't so much drifting, but from like my parents down to my aunt and uncles, it is like 18 inches of drift. So one of our big concerns is always the loafing shed, but it looks like a lot of the snow on the shed, actually this half actually blew back off, which is really good. It still drifted pretty good on one side, but should be okay. So this half of the lane, or 2/3 of the lane, turned out pretty good. So this is what I pushed up yesterday, and I was able to clean up with the four-wheeler and kind of get it basically to where it was yesterday. This side, not so much. All right, I started plowing snow at about 1 o'clock. I think it was 4:30. So I've had my fill. We're finally to the farm because, well, one, we got to feed and we got to move things around. So turn the heater on in here. We need to assess our situation. All right, we're having a good time. Good times. All right, so we had to do something we've never done before in the barn, but similar to what I did over there is now we made this an even smaller pen. It's big enough for her, and her calf are good to go, but she is our problem having these three together. He's doing okay. This is the newest one from today. Just hasn't totally figured things out. Plus all the commotion. It's just, I understand. Like, we're not too worried. We're not too worried about having Helga and 50 together. That's not an issue. Her calf is plenty sturdy, and 50's not really aggressive to other calves. Peasy's the one that's being a jerk. So we had to do something, pull that pair away from the rest of them. Hey, how's it going? All right, it is Tuesday afternoon, and this is a much better day. Much better day. Obviously, still dealing with some of this snow. Like today, we haven't done corn silage for a couple of days, so Dad's gonna get on the tractor and he's gonna come over here and just kind of clean up a little bit so he has some room to maneuver. But I had just gotten done plowing out my aunt and uncle's driveway. There was a section that it drifted too hard that their snow blower just couldn't hack it, which I can see why. So it didn't take me too long, but I mean, it was not a huge deal. Just took a little time, not a big deal. Happy to help. And the funny thing is the calves are having an absolute blast as the cows and us are cursing all the snow. But you know, the calves back there having a good old time. So we'll have to bring a bale back for them yet tonight, and we're gonna take that feeder and we're gonna try and lift that up in the air a little bit, because it's just packed with snow around it. All right, while Dad's doing that, come back and check out these other two. Make sure nobody's sitting back here. Stubby ears here. Be all right. It just looks like an Angus. Yep, got our money maker. Little bull ruler heifer. This is still really good back here. Yeah, he got crapped on a little bit. Must have been a shitty day. Everybody back here is doing really well though. Some nice bulls. A few really nice heifers. Small heifers. Like, I really did not anticipate that little bull ruler being that small out of that cow. I mean, bull ruler did exactly what I wanted him to do. Balance her out, because she usually runs in that mid to mid 90s to like 105, like 95 to 105. And it's like, oh, I just want to get you down to like get a heifer out of you that's kind of in that 90, like 85 to 90 range. So he definitely did that. And then we did set up our creep panel, so now this is only a spot for the calves. All right, so we basically just made a big ass pile right there, which is 3/4 snow. There is some old bedding in there, and then we'll have to see what it looks like tomorrow and most likely give them some bedding. All right, so there's one cowboy cut. Here's the other cowboy cut. Both are K versions, but what we'll typically do, what I like, is I like this panel here, because I'll bring that panel this way and only leave like, you know, literally 4 feet. So then those cows are going to be up there, and then I chase them down. They'll just follow the panel, and then they see it bend this way, and they just keep following it along. Well, it is Wednesday afternoon. It is much nicer out here. I mean, obviously there's still a ton of snow out here, but I think we're in the low 30s, give or take. But we're going to do a bunch of bedding, especially north of the border here. And then hopefully get some bedding in for the calves. But we're also going to let a couple more pair in the loafing shed. All right, tags made up. These are all bulls. I don't know if we're going to take all 3 of them, at least 2 of them that will replace in the back pen. All right, so we've actually hit a point where there's only about half the herd out here. So they have not finished their bale. They still got about a half a bale left in there. This bale I need up in the barn to put downstairs. So Dad's gonna take the shell off out here, and obviously they'll nibble and use it for bedding. And again, got to take the shell off only because when we created that chute for large round bales, we only were using a 4x4 round baler. Well, Dad couldn't make it. We had a little bit of drift, and now with the melt and everything, got slippery, and of course fell on my ass coming down the hill. We all laughed. Well, we had to put the bucket on anyways to get corn silage, so we're just gonna do that, and then Dad can do a little plow work. All right, Dad's gonna dump out silage for the guys out here in the loafing shed area. Factor's gonna patiently wait for his. Yes, you are, buddy. And then I gotta set up their mineral tub. They knocked that over. All sorts of confusion here. So actually, I thought we needed a bed, but this actually turned out pretty decent for right now. And then tomorrow they'll need a new bale. But with the creep panel, these guys, I think from the frustrations of moms, they just kind of knocked this over. No, we got one calf in there. I gotta open this up anyways. I think he's just chilling like a villain though. Yeah, I think she's just taking a nap. Right, kiddo? You're just taking a nap? Mom wants you. Mom wants you. And that's our little bowl ruler out of our Lucky Charm. Much more room for activities. We got 50 is right here in the green gate pen. I had mentioned once that she's been starting to let me scratch her and stuff like that. Total crotch after calving. She's been kind of a pistol. But I mean, she'll be fine. She's still a good mom. Actually, what's kind of cool, we have 3 cowboy cut daughters in here. Between DJ 313 and 431. And then we have another 313 in here that is a True Justice daughter. So that's pretty cool. But we got 3 cowboy cuts in here. Well, it is a much warmer Thursday afternoon, and the snow is melting fast. But I do have an interesting situation in the barn. 75 had her calf around 1-ish today. Well, she kept laying down right next to the green gate. And I was like, man, I wish she would move. I wish she would move. Well, she had the calves half in one pen, half in the other pen. Ended up in 50's pen. So kind of got one crotch on one side and one crotch on the other side. So I think I'm gonna grab my pole, and if I can get him into the alley, I'm gonna go through the alley. And I think if I can grab the calf, I'm just gonna drag that sucker out, drag him through the alley, and put him back with mom. Because I know mom's still very interested. I just don't want the calf to start sucking on 50. All right, we got him. He is a big hoss. I mean, he's probably, he's over 100. He is definitely over 100. Problem is 50 thinks this is her calf, and she's not really giving a rip about the red calf that's actually hers. And I'll have to look back and we'll double check when we weigh that little sucker, but he might be the heaviest factor calf we've had yet. So yeah, I mean, still, he's probably gonna be like 105, and 75 is a mature cow. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Had him completely unassisted, no issues. Watching him on camera, very spunky. He was up and moving around within, I don't know, 15 minutes of hitting the ground for a 105-pound calf. That's pretty decent. Odo, come on. Hey, kiddo. This guy is definitely turning out pretty nice. This is our bold ruler out of a True Justice daughter. That guy is thick, thick, thick. He's nice, very deep, like body length wise, not super long, but he makes up for that definitely in depth and capacity, and he's just thick. The mic drop is looking pretty good. We're all liking our bedding already. This guy, a little red one, he was really excited. I don't know if it was for the bedding or if it's because we got rid of the other calf. Because mom really liked him. All right, happy Friday. And oh my God, it is really nice out here. We are sitting probably, I think on the way home my truck had 57. So that is really awesome. The other thing, oh boy, I gotta get some fresh bedding in here. This gal right here had this boy right here today. Hey kiddo. She did a really, really good job. That's a pretty good sized dude right there. Yes, it is a bull. So this is second calver, True Justice daughter. She had to work a little bit. He's probably 95 pounds. So these last two bull calves, they are definitely a little higher than what Factor has normally been throwing. She is a second calver, so I would definitely say I don't even know when the next second calf calver is really gonna calve. So I think a little bit kudos to her for getting bred so early. She did have to work a little bit, but then she did eventually get it on her own. And just the way everything is set up right now, I did have pen 1.5 set up, but then she had like her head underneath the gate there, those split together, and I think it was caught right there where it was divided. So she was a little bit trapped kind of thing. She was kind of tuckered out. And I had literally just bedded this morning. It was actually really, really nice in here. But I think just with her going around and around, we're going to have to bed this back down. I still have some more straw left up here. So it took him just a little bit longer to get going. But once he got going, he was up pretty quick, and he's been pretty darn nice. Okay, and again, Factor. Where's the chrome? Right there. He has got just that little speck of white on him. Hi, buddy. Yeah, he's a nice sized calf. Yeah, I like it. We are going to take these two pair in the back here, Helga and Peasy. These guys, and they're going in the loafing shed. And then we're going to take these next two, 50 and 75. We'll process them, and they'll get to go in the back here. I also did get in little Marigold, because she is our last heifer. She's got quite a nice bag coming along. She's starting to get a little swollen in the back end. She is due 8 or 9 days, week and a half, give or take. So I wanted to make sure she was in early, you know, just in case, especially for a heifer, if she's going to calve a little early, she's inside, easier to control. Then I got in UH430. I have a breed date on her, and she would be due tomorrow. So she is held off. And then we've got Cowboy Cut, who's actually, I think, a day overdue. So I have a breed date on her. Do not have a breed date on her. Another Cowboy Cut, but she is bagging and swelling. And then another Cowboy Cut who is bagging and swelling. These two guys got weighed and tagged. This dude is by far the biggest Factor calf he's had yet. That's a 108 pound dude right there. But 75 had him no problem. Yeah, so being at about halfway, 16 calves, we are sitting at 11 bulls. Some of those are now steers, or will be steers. And then only 5 heifers, which it has been a long time since we've been at this point in calving and have had that many bull calves. All right, time to get out of the barn. We did lock up AK431 because she is definitely starting. Everybody's fed. Grain bin is completely empty. So goal tomorrow is grinding corn. But we'll have to decide if we want to grind with the 29 or try the 4230. All right, apparently my SD card is full, so we're ending on the phone. But yeah, we just have to decide if we want to use 29 or the 42. It doesn't really matter. We are still doing the distiller grains. One question I had the other day on a video was, why wouldn't we just mix the distiller grain in with our batch? We could do that. We could add it to the whole thing. The one right now, it was just trying it out, putting it in the bags. But yes, we could put it in the mix. The one nice thing about not putting in the mix is that we can tailor a little bit whether we can tailor a little bit what amount we're giving to the bulls and what amount we're giving to the heifers, which is kind of what we're doing. They're still getting the same base grain, cob and rumensin, soybean meal, all that stuff. And then the bulls per body weight are getting a little extra boost because we want to push them a little harder. And then the heifers and steers are just getting just a little boost from what they're getting just with the grain. So that is one benefit to having the distiller grain separate. So we're not really sure how long 431 will take. Obviously, she's still early. There's not even a water bag yet. She is a little excitable, but she is nicer than her mom. Her mom was YA 431, which was a beef maker. Really, really nice cow, but she was a crotch. So she is a half sister to AC 431, also a crotch. So it is Friday, it is the end of the day, it is the end of the week, so it is end of another video. I hope you guys liked the video. As always, on your way out, smash that like button. Show us support the channel. If you got any questions, by all means, leave them in the comments. And definitely don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for coming along.